In 2016, I was deployed as part of a NATO-aligned security unit to a temporary border checkpoint somewhere in Eastern Europe. Officially, it didn't exist. No road signs, no map markings, no satellite labels. Just a narrow strip of cracked asphalt, cutting straight through dense forestry so close they seemed to lean inward. Fog hung low, there thick and constant, like the land itself was breathing. Our orders were short, precise and unsettling. Man the checkpoint from dusk till dawn. Do not pursue anything beyond the floodlights. If the barrier opens by itself, do not close it. No explanation, no context, no questions allowed. We asked anyway. Command's response was always the same. You're not here to understand the road. You're here to watch it. The road, nitrogen monoxide. 1 USED locals avoided the area completely. Truck drivers rerouted miles out of their way. Smugglers, people who regularly crossed minefields and bribed armed patrols, refused to go near it. One night an old man stumbled near the checkpoint, drunk and shaking. When we warned him to turn back, he pointed at the road with trembling fingers and muttered something in his language. Later we had it translated. That road doesn't lead forward, it leads back. No one laughed. Even the forest felt wrong. Animals would approach the tree line, then stop. Deer froze mid. Birds refused to cross the asphalt. It was as if nature itself recognized a boundary we couldn't see. The first checkpoint was basic. A single steel barrier armed to tall floodlight towers. A guard shack with analog radios, a dirt pull-off wide enough for one vehicle. No cameras, no motion sensors, no drones. Command said electronics malfunctioned there. That should have been the first red flag at 01:02 hours. The floodlights flickered, not off, not on. They dimly, like something massive had stepped between the light and the forest. Every man on duty raised his weapon. Nothing moved. Then the barrier arm began to rise slowly, smoothly. No motor sound, no power surge, just deliberate motion. The radio crackled. A calm professional voice spoke. Checkpoint operational, requesting clearance. The call sign format was perfect, too perfect. The problem? That transmission wasn't coming from command, it was coming from the road. What stood in the LIGHT figures emerged from the fog, 5 of them. All soldiers. They walked in perfect formation, boots striking pavement in flawless rhythm. Their uniforms didn't match. Different eras, outdated patterns, mismatched insignia from units that no longer existed. Their weapons were old, maintained, carried properly, but their faces, they weren't missing, they weren't damaged. They were blurred, like someone had wiped human features away with a thumb. They stopped exactly at the edge of the floodlights. One stepped forward and saluted. Patrol complete, it said, awaiting debrief. My hands shook so badly I nearly dropped my rifle because the patch on its shoulder belonged to a battalion erased during a classified border incident in 1993. No survivors. No bodies. Officially, they never existed. The checkpoint, REMAMBARS, the radio, began cycling channels on its own. Voices poured through, different accents, different ages, different years. All repeating the same phrases. Permission to return. Mission incomplete. Orders never rescinded. The temperature dropped fast. Frost crept along the barrier arm in the middle of summer. The 5 figures didn't move. They waited. Behind them, the fog shifted. More shapes appeared. Dozens. Then hundreds. All standing silently, just outside the light, like an army that never got the order to stand down. When someone broke, Ryan K., one of our guys, barely out of training, lowered his rifle. They're just soldiers, he whispered. He stepped forward. The nearest figure turned its head, and for the first time, its face became clear. It was his face. older, gaunt, eyes hollow with terror, he screamed. The floodlights exploded. Glass rained down. Darkness swallowed the road. The border pushes back in the dark. We heard boots marching all around us, not running, not attacking, just walking their routes. The radio screamed with overlapping voices, issuing orders meant for people long dead. Then command broke silence. Their voice was strained, afraid. Immediate evacuation. Do not look back. Do not acknowledge anything you hear. We ran. Engines roared. As we pulled away, I glanced in the mirror. The checkpoint was gone. No lights, no barrier, no road. Just forest. Unbroken. Aftermath. Officially, the checkpoint was relocated due to logistical complications. Years later, a classified memo leaked. One line stood out. The border is not a boundary. It is a collection point for unfinished missions, for soldiers who never came home, for patrols that never ended. So if you ever drive a road that feels older than it should, if your radio crackles with voices requesting clearance, don't stop, because some borders don't separate countries. They separate the living from those still waiting for orders.